They said the arena was only for warriors with nothing left to lose. But when Commander Rylan Hale stepped into that thunderlit coliseum, every creature watching felt the air bend around him. He had survived 3 wars, 4 planets, and a death sentence. He wasn't supposed to be alive, yet here he was, standing before 12 chained dragon women, each one more terrifying, more beautiful, more lethal than the last. But Rylan didn't look at the bright-scaled warriors everyone else wanted. His eyes locked onto the one in the shadows, the disfigured, crooked-horned dragon woman that even her own kind refused to claim. Her wings were torn. Her scales were dull, her face burned in ways no healing flame could mend. The crowd laughed at her. Some even spat at her. But Rylan didn't blink. He stepped toward her like he already knew her story. The guard sneered. "You sure, human? That one's barely a creature," Rylan answered with a calm, cold voice that silenced the entire arena. "Yes, I choose her." Gasps, confusion, whispers like rattlesnakes. Because no one knew what Rylan knew, that the ugliest dragon woman in chains was hiding something far more dangerous than beauty, something ancient, something forbidden. And when her eyes met his for a split second, she let the truth slip. Her pupils shifted into glowing celestial rings, the kind only one extinct bloodline ever possessed, the bloodline capable of destroying a world. Rylan swallowed hard. This wasn't pity. This wasn't charity. This was survival. Because if the Empire found out what she was, they'd kill them both before sunrise. Her voice cracked like broken stone. Why would you choose me?" He leaned in, whispering so only she could hear. "Because I know what you really are. And I'm the only one who can help you stay alive." The chains fell from her wrists with a metallic thud that echoed through the underground corridors. Rylan walked fast, pulling her with him, knowing every second they stayed inside the Colosseum was a second closer to death. Torchlight flickered across her ruined scales, and for the first time, he saw fear hiding behind her monstrous appearance. "Stop," she whispered shakily. "You don't understand what I am." Rylan tightened his jaw. "I understand enough." But when they turned a corner, she suddenly collapsed, clutching her chest as a deep, ancient hum vibrated through the floor. Rylan froze. The walls trembled. Her eyes snapped open, glowing with the same celestial rings he'd seen before, but brighter, burning like a star trying to escape her veins. "Get back!" she cried. A shockwave ripped through the hallway, cracking stone, twisting metal, and sending Rylan crashing against a pillar. When the dust settled, she was on her knees trembling, horrified by her own power. "That's why they hid me," she whispered. "Because if I lose control again, I could destroy an entire city." Rylan staggered to his feet, blood on his lips but determination in his eyes. "Then you're not a monster," he said. "You're a weapon they're terrified of." They moved through the, shattered corridor, her steps unsteady, his breathing rough but steady enough to keep her calm. Outside, alarms began to scream through the fortress. Someone had felt the shockwave. Someone knew she had awakened. Rylan grabbed her hand. "We need to move, now." But the moment they reached the exit tunnel, a squad of Imperial hunters blocked their path. Armored, masked, weapons humming with energy designed to kill dragonbloods. The leader pointed directly at her. "Step away from the creature, human. She is property of the Empire." Rylan didn't even hesitate. He stepped in front of her like a shield. "She's under my protection." The hunters laughed, until the ground trembled again. She wasn't trying to fight, wasn't even angry, just terrified. But her fear woke something inside her, something older than language. Her veins glowed like molten gold. Her shadow stretched along the walls, changing shape. Growing wings she didn't have anymore. The hunters finally realized what she was. A celestial morph. "Impossible," Rylan whispered without turning. "Don't fight unless you have to. Focus on breathing." "I'm trying," she trembled, "but my power answers to fear, not will." The hunters charged all at once. Rylan braced for impact, but a blast of light erupted behind him, sweeping through the tunnel like a solar storm. It didn't burn him. It didn't hurt her. But the hunters hit the walls like ragdolls, armor melting, weapons shattering. She collapsed again, shaking. "I can't keep doing this. One more surge and I might tear reality open." Rylan gently lifted her face. "Then I'll teach you control, even if it kills me." The night outside the fortress was colder than Rylan expected. A sharp, metallic cold that made every breath sting. They moved through the ruins of an abandoned outpost, her steps dragging, her energy fading after the last surge. The stars above flickered strangely, as if reacting to her presence. Rylan kept his arm around her, steadying her. Just a little farther. There's a ridge ahead where we can hide. But she shook her head weakly. No hiding. They're tracking the energy I released. They'll come! And they won't stop. Rylan knelt beside her, cupping her trembling hands. Then we make them stop. Before she could answer, a deep hum rolled across the sky. The Empire's dread ships, descending like predators. Their lights cut through the clouds, sweeping the land until one beam locked directly onto her. The ground shook as an enormous mechanical titan landed, its cannons aimed at her chest. A voice boomed from the machine. Celestial morph. You are an unregistered cosmic anomaly. By order of the Imperial Nexus, you are to be terminated. She whimpered, not from fear of death, but fear of losing control.